Every 44 years, ever since the landmark Supreme Court decision of Roe v. Wade, the annual March for Life has taken place in the nation's capital. Now, with a pro-life president back in the White House, marchers were feeling hopeful, and with good reason. Earlier today, Mike Pence became the first ever vice president to speak at the March for Life, and senior advisor to President Trump, Kellyanne Conway, was also there in force. Watch.
Life is winning in America because of all of you. So I urge you to press on. But as it is written, let your gentleness be evident to all.
Why are we here? What does it mean to stand together, to be part of this incredible movement, to face criticism, ridicule, laws and lawmakers that diminish and erode our most basic right? It means to protect and to promote the most precious gift in the world, the gift of life.
Earlier, we had the pleasure of talking to another one of the speakers. Ben Watson is Baltimore Ravens player and motivational speaker. Ben, thank you so much for being with us today. Tell me a little bit about what your message was to the crowd.
Well, first of all, it was a great day. I've never been to a March for Life before, and to see that crowd coming out in support of life was really encouraging to me. And my message was simply that we as a country are divided when it comes to this, but it's important for us to reach out in loving kindness to people that may not agree with us on this topic. But it's also important to always stick to justice and truth. There is a truth, and the truth is that these lives are important. The preborn are important, and also the mothers who are having these children are important. And lastly, my challenge was to men. You know, as men, we have a lot of times have encouraged women to get abortions. We've been the reasons why many of them have done this. And so my challenge was to men, including myself, to stand up for these women and also to stand for the preborn, because it's important. They are truly our most precious gifts.
Strong message. And I know that Mike Pence, the vice president, was there today as well. Give me a sense of, because we saw big crowds for the protest that happened right after the inauguration. Yeah. So characterize, if you could, for our audience, what this crowd was like, what you felt out there.
Well, I thought this crowd was very energetic. It was a little bit cold out here, but everybody was excited. They stood for a while, but everybody was kind. I was amongst the crowd. Actually, when Vice President Pence came, I hadn't got back yet, so they wouldn't let any of us go back. Secret Service was locking it down, so I had a great opportunity to speak with kids, even young men and women who came all the way from North Dakota to the march. But everybody was really excited, and they were here because there was a sense of energy, but also the purpose for them being here, standing for those who are voiceless and who have no way to stand for themselves.
How do you feel about the fact that this march, which happens every year for the last 44 years, tends to get very little coverage in a lot of media outlets, and yet we saw the march that happened last week, the March for Women, that was, you know, wallpapered all over television? Yeah.
Well, it's we shouldn't be surprised. You know, a lot of times when these things happen, especially when there is a spiritual component of it, the reason why I stand for life is because I believe God created all life, and we live in a world that is anti-God in a lot of ways. So we can't be surprised when certain things get more play than others. But that doesn't deter us from the truth. One of the things that I said was that we have to stand firm on truth, no matter if people like it or not, or if it gets play on the air or not. It doesn't change what's important. It doesn't change what is true.
You know, your thoughts on President Trump, who at one point in his life, you know, said he was pro-choice and now says he's pro-life. A lot of people go through that transformation. What do you think?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm excited. Obviously, I hope for any administration that they care about life. No matter who's in office, my hope is that the administration takes care of not only life of the preborn, but those who are here and those who are struggling is important as well. So I know President Trump has kind of gone through some transformations. Many people do that in their personal lives. I take him at his word where he is now. But my biggest thing is getting to people, getting to the citizens, and understanding that it's a heart issue when it comes to life. Whether the administration promotes laws and regulations or reduces others that promote life is great. That's another thing. But the important thing is that the citizens of our country look at each other and take care of each other and hold life in high esteem.
Ben, thank you so much. Great to have you with us, Ben Watson.
Thank you, Martha.